AI is evolving beyond massive compute and centralized power. The era of trillion-dollar data centers is already showing cracks. Our hardware is moving toward low-power intelligence that runs on a few watts instead of millions of dollars in energy and infrastructure. History tells us that mainframes lost to personal computers. Cloudy Owl lose to local AI. The future of intelligence is being defined by efficiency and agility. Big tech pours billions into scaling up the compute resources. They build massive data centers and enormous models that are fragile, expensive, and slow. Their strategy is to bet on size when the true advantage lies in optimization and decentralization. Centralized AI is a tax on intelligence. It forces us to rely on remote API and costly subscriptions. Every time an AI needs to call a server, there is latency and expense. Intelligence should not be a service we rent but a tool we own. Open source AI is not simply catching up. It is already winning by replicating every major breakthrough in a matter of months. When a new model is released by a corporate lab, open communities are quick to refine and optimize it. Techniques such as quantization and pruning are being applied to compress models and make them run on consumer hardware. Distilled and sparse architectures prove that brute force is not the path to true intelligence. Instead of growing larger, models are growing smarter and more efficient. Developers have a rare opportunity to shape this revolution. Every line of code, every experiment in federated learning or low-power inferences are set toward a future where intelligence is decentralized. This is not a distant dream, but a challenge we can tackle today. The engineering problems are clear. We need to focus on optimization. We need to build models that run on local devices without the need for a constant cloud connection. We need to harness efficient transformers and low-rank adaptations to create intelligence that is both powerful and accessible. Many will say that this vision is too idealistic or that the challenges are insurmountable. They argue that big tech has vast resources and that scaling open source projects is fraught with difficulties. They fear that decentralized AI is naive and that the market will always favor centralized, data-rich giants. But history has shown us that the greatest breakthroughs come from those who dare to challenge the status quo. Linux disrupted proprietary operating systems. Open source databases prove that community-driven innovation can outperform established corporate solutions. The same can happen with AI. The current strategy of big tech is vulnerable because it is built on unsustainable assumptions. Their models are expensive to train and maintain. They require continuous funding and vast energy resources. In contrast, local AI leverages the rapid advancements in hardware acceleration on consumer chips. Companies like Apple and Qualcomm are already embedding AI into their devices. The momentum is shifting from centralized cloud services to distributed intelligence that fits in your pocket. As power requirements drop and models become more efficient, the edge will become the new center of gravity. This is a rare moment in history when the future of AI remains open and undecided. The infrastructure is not yet controlled and the platforms are not yet owned. In 2 years, everything may be locked down by a handful of corporations. The window for impact is open now. Developers who take action today will be the ones who define the next chapter in the evolution of intelligence. The opportunity for personal impact has never been greater. To work on optimization, on decentralization, and on building robust local models is not just about technology. It is about reclaiming control and ensuring that intelligence remains free. Every breakthrough in open source AI is a challenge to the current paradigm. Techniques like model distillation and federated training are not just technical achievements. They are the tools that will break the monopoly of centralized AI. When intelligence is compressed to run on low-power hardware, it becomes accessible to everyone. This democratization of AI will unleash a new era of innovation where developers can build without constraints imposed by corporate interests or high costs. It will empower communities and put control back into the hands of those who build. The engineering challenges are significant, but they are not insurmountable. There are no billion-dollar buys here, only the need for creative solutions and relentless optimization. This is not just a research problem to be solved in academic labs. It is an engineering challenge that calls for practical solutions. The technologies are available today. Efficient transformers, quantization techniques, and pruning methods are already being deployed. The next step is to integrate these advances into systems that run locally and securely on devices that you already own. For those who believe that the future is predetermined and that big tech will always win, consider this. Every day that you delay is another day that intelligence is locked behind corporate walls. The future is not something that will be handed to us. It is something we must build, code, and optimize. The chance to shape the direction of AI is here and now. Every line of efficient code and every decentralized model is a declaration of independence from a system that values profit over progress. Build now, optimize relentlessly, decentralize intelligence. Do not wait for permission or for the next funding round. The future of AI is in your hands. Take control before the gate locks and the technology is privatized. The evolution of intelligence is inevitable. The choice is whether you will be a spectator or a pioneer. The future is not predetermined. It is built by those who dare to innovate. It is built by those who believe that intelligence should be free and accessible to all. Embrace the challenge and lead the charge into a future where AI is decentralized, efficient, and owned by the people who build it. The opportunity is here. The time is now.